Hey everybody, how's it going? Excuse me. This is going to be another book ramble. So you don't have to pay attention to the video, you just got to listen to it. You can do whatever you want while listening, of course. This one's going to be on Shadows of Treachery. It's book 22, I believe, of the Horse Heresy series. This is not a novel, because it's a collection of stories. It's not one story. I mean, I guess it's I don't know what the true definition of novel is, because I'm tired right now. But point is, it's not one story. It's a collection of stories. So it's not going to have that feel to it, because there's 7 stories in here as opposed to one giant one, obviously. But it is a good book nonetheless. I enjoyed it. But what I will say is, this book has 4 stories in it that already appeared. It has the Dark King, the Lightning Tower, Raven's Flight, and the Kaban Project, all of which already appeared in one way or another. Dark King and the Lightning Tower were together as an audio drama. I think they were together also as like a short story little book thing at a games day at some point. But Raven's Flight was an audio drama, and the Kaban Project, you may not know this if you don't have it, but it's in the Collected Visions art book for the Horus Heresy card game art. That's where the Kaban Project is, in the Collected Visions book. So they all existed already, but it's nice to have them all under one cover, if you will, instead of having to go to one place and another place and then somewhere else to, to read or listen to the things. You have it right here to read in one collected area. Plus, not many people, I shouldn't say not many people, there aren't many people who hate audiobooks to the point where they won't listen to it at all, but there are people out there who just don't like it. They don't like audiobooks, they won't even deal with them, they're just not going to listen to them. I'm not a big fan of audiobooks, but I'll listen to them if I think it's got something interesting enough in it. But not everybody is like that. So having it like this, finally in a written format for them, will be good. Now, with that being said, the Kaban Project is kind of unique in this book because everything else pretty much deals with Space Marines in one way or another, and the Kaban Project deals with the Mechanicum, and that's it. So that's pretty cool. Shadows of Treachery has 3 other stories, so it had 7 in total, which I think I said already. It's got those 4, plus it has Death of a Silversmith, which I think is a new short story, and it's very short. A very short, quick read. Not that that's a bad thing, and I think for what the author was trying to do, I think it's the appropriate length for it. But you have that, then you have what's it called? You have Crimson Fist, and you have Prince of Crows. Crimson Fist is about the Imperial Fist, and Prince of Crows is about the Night Lords. So, if I had to rank the top 3 stories in this book, because it's a collection of stories, I would put Crimson Fist, put Crimson Fist number 1, put Prince of Crows number 2, and then put Kaban Project number 3. Prince of Crows, I like. Oh, and the reason I put Kaban 3, because I think it could be worthy of 2, is just because it was already out. I think being Crimson Fist and Prince of Crows being new stories like that, I get it bumps them up a bit. But anyway, Prince of Crows, being about the Night Lords, I like, because the Night Lords don't get a lot of play in the Horus Heresy series, really. So it's nice to see them get some play finally. Not that they were bone dry without play, but it's nice to see them as the forefront, the main characters. It's nice to get some real insight into the Legion and their Primarch as well. So you have that going on. Then, going along with that, you also get some more characters out of the book, aside from the ones that are post-heresy, which is always cool. But the thing with Prince of Crows is that while I enjoyed it, I thought it was a good read, the ending, leading up to the ending and the ending itself felt a little bit cheesy. here and there, and not that that's a bad thing. It wasn't like bad. Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening type of stuff. But it still felt a little bit cheesy, and just the ending felt a little bit weak for me personally. But it didn't affect the overall quality of the story. Really, I still enjoyed the story overall. It just felt a little cheesy here and there. So that's Prince of Crows. If you're a Night Lords fan, I think it's a pretty cool read. If you're just a Horus Heresy fan, I think you'll enjoy it as well. Now, Crimson Fist is about the Imperial Fist. It's about this fleet that was dispatched by Rogaldorn to the Istvan system, and you get to see what happens to them because, as you know from the Drop Site Massacre, they weren't there. So you get to see what happens to them, and you also get to see a little bit of Rogaldorn and Sigismund, because it jumps back and forth a little bit, so that's a pretty cool character development, and the character development of the Imperial Fist and the fleet is pretty cool as well. It makes it... The one thing that I think is a Horus Heresy staple is how grand everything seems, how big and grand everything is. You know, hundreds of ships here, thousands of Marines over there, hundreds upon hundreds of assets over there. I mean, so you definitely get that feel going on. But what I like about Crimson Fist is that the character development. The story was good. The plot was fine. You really get a sense of Imperial Fist's Legion duty and honor and integrity and everything about the Imperial Fists. They get some screen time. Well, not really screen time. They get some book time because they too really don't have much going on that's specific to them in the Horus Heresy series. So that's cool. But overall, I think the author did a good job because at the end of the book, when I was done with it, I felt satisfied that the story the author was trying to tell was finished. I didn't feel there was things left unsaid. I didn't feel like it was rushed at all. I felt everything was done to satisfaction, to completion. But at the same time, I wanted more. I wanted to know what was going to happen next to this cast of characters. You know, I wanted to know more about Sigismund and what he's going to do now. I want to know more about the Imperial Fist from the fleet and how they're faring and everything like that. So, I think when an author can satisfy the story as well as make you want more out of it, especially when I'm not a diehard Imperial Fist fan. I think they're cool, but just that I think they're fine. But to read that, to go into it without really much of an expectation or without really much of a drive or a want out of the book, to then finish that, out of that story, and then to finish that story and want more out of it, I think the author is doing something right to get that kind of response out of it. So I think Shadows of Treachery is worth picking up, even if you already read, like I did, the other four, or read/listened to the other four stories that I mentioned. The three that are brand new in this book, or at least new to me, I think are definitely worth it. I think Prince of Crows and especially Crimson Fist are worth picking up this whole book for. Plus you have Death of a Silversmith, which was good and interesting, kind of a different perspective than what you might expect, and the Dark King, Lightning Tower, Raven's Flight, and Gabon Project being there is also just handy to have in case you want to go back and read those. Anyways, or if you never read them before, now you can. But yeah, that's pretty much that for Shadows of Treachery. Definitely worth it. And even though it's a collection of stories, for the most part, it follows the current timeline of the Horus Heresy in terms of where the books are at now, for the most part. So, yeah, that's basically that. Some people don't like these combined stories book, or let me rephrase that, because I said that weird. Some people don't like these collection books of a bunch of short stories and novellas and whatnot. Some people prefer just the novels on one legion or one big battle force and getting the super plot development and character development out of that. But to be honest, I feel that certain stories, and not certain but some stories, the way they're written or what they're trying to portray, that they don't need to have a full novel devoted to them. They may In fact, it may hurt them. It may drag things out. It may make things feel like it's taking forever. Some stories just don't need that much time or that many pages to develop it. So yeah, anyways, thanks for sticking through this semi-long ramble on Shadows of Treachery. Overall, I think it's definitely worth a read. It's definitely worth picking up. The stories in there are pretty cool. And until next time, take it easy.